Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever you are, whenever you're watching, I do hope it's a good one. Welcome to Morning Brew. Let's see here. Well, as I said yesterday, today the topic will be Star Trek. Now, in order to make things clear, I mean Star Trek 1966 to 2005. Say again, I mean 1966 to 2005. Anything else is not Star Trek, or Star Trek in name only. And I don't want to discuss it. Skipping ahead to chat a little bit. I will get to what else is being said, but as far as checking the news, I'm not going to. I don't want to know. Honestly. Right now, I would prefer this to be a positive place. And quite honestly, my attitude would not be positive if I check the news. So, let's not. And say we did. And Christian Fandom Geek is first in the chat with Get the Brew on, lads. Storm Poopus says, hello, humans and other critters. Hello, Captain Trek. What's up? Well, not too much here, just kind of dealing with pain and such. But other than that, today may actually be a day for a pain stream, but whatever. And Snort People says Christian Fandom. Okay, you're talking to each other. That's cool. Oh, we all need blessings, my friend. We all need blessings. Janeway straight away. Okay, that's fine. I'll give you Janeway.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
There, we had Janeway, and I did it as soon as I went. Well, not as soon as I went live, but pretty much so. Yeah. Like I said, not checking the news. Yep. That's exactly why I didn't want to check the news. Bonjour from Eastern Canada, says 47 Yorktown. Good morning, Brew, says Dave G. Sound. Thankfully, I didn't get any alerts because I was asleep. So that's... And good morning, Christian Fandom Geek. How are you today? How are you, Dave G. Sound? How are you? And good morning, Scrambles with Death Dealer. How are you? I always see you over on GMC streams. And good morning, Six. How are you today? Let's see here now. Just keep showing the chat. So, yeah. Mega Crapper says 735 episodes. Yes, I mean Star Trek. Yes, I do. And Six says my favorite Star Trek is TNG. Scrabble says I'm really excited. I got some old coins in the mail recently from the 1800s. 2 pennies, a dime, and a 3-cent coin. Wow. Wow. I would be elated to get a 3-cent coin. I'm wondering how much that would be worth today. Because it sure as hell wouldn't be 3 cents. And good morning, Mike Jimmy. How are you today? Yeah, the coffee is hot and flowing. Carol's Cookie says she's late. Dave G. Sound says TNG equals home. DS9 equals Trek. TOS equals childhood wonder and Trek. And I would agree. 47 Yorktown said hashtag Janeway did nothing wrong. By the way, for those of you on Facebook, I do have a new Facebook. It is called Captain Trek Archives. And the only reason that I decided to get back on Facebook is because I use it for a tool. So far, I'm connected with one person because someone, I'm not saying who, Bird of Prey 5, has not accepted my request. So, any of you on Facebook can feel free to add me. I will put my link in the chat. Well, no, I won't. There are a couple people that I've already seen that I've requested. I know that seems stupid to request that one, but I am. But yeah, look me up, Captain Trek Archives. That's how you'll find me on Facebook. And hi, Carol. Let's get back to the chat. And okay, Carol, what kind of cookies today? And Christian Fandom Geek says, very good, thanks. I'm glad to hear that. And BK Dan says, as far as Trek, I like TOS, TNG, DS9, Enterprise, and Voyager. Three guesses what I left out from 66 to 2005. That would probably be the animated series. And I'm not sure why you wouldn't like the animated series. Because it was simply a continuation of TOS. And hello, Carol. What's going on?
Hello. I had to wait for Courtney to stop yapping at me.
Ah.
Now she's texting me.
I'm doing all right, thank you, Scrambles. I like GMC. Good guy. I go to the streams all the time, watch him play games.
Hey, rough girl. What's up? Sorry, I cut you off. I'm rude.
No problem. Nothing rude about it. And thank you, Six, for putting in the link. Not sure how you found it so fast, but hey. And good morning, Jedi Bill. How are you today? And good morning, Rough Girl. How are you? I tried to go to your stream earlier and nothing. The animated series was crap. Well, it wasn't up to today. It wasn't up to today's standards, no. But considering it was Filmation and they had the majority of the cast doing it, it was actually not bad. I'm not saying it was great. I actually kind of like some of the things they had in the animated series better, like the personal shield, which I wish they could have used in TNG. But there are ideas that kind of died off. Harder to do in real life than it is animation. Some TAS episodes were good. The problem was they were cheap animation, even by the 70 standards, and in 30-minute formats, made for rush stories. I would agree. I do not disagree with anything you've said. The animation was cheap, and not inexpensive, by the way, cheap. And the 30-minute format really did kind of rush some of the stories along more than they should have been. Quite honestly, though, I think they could have easily. Unfortunately, they don't have longer ones because it would have, if you go back and redo the animation, I think they would be still very good, particularly with the voices that they had doing it. People saying good morning to each other. It's always good to see. And good morning, I love food. How are you today? Yeah, I was gonna. And good morning, brightest day. How are you? Even though I had a feeling what you were talking about, Six, not Six, Rough Girl, I was actually going to watch your stream. I went on there and it was dead. It's like, oh, great. It wasn't that late when I clicked on it. I'm glad you stopped by to say hi, PK Dan. I am going to do my best to avoid the news. I don't actually want to hear it at this point. But I'm going to have to anyhow eventually. And what was Star Trek movie called with Khan in it? I'm not super familiar with Star Trek, but I enjoyed that movie. That was called Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Unless you're talking about the new Trek garbage, which we're not talking about here today. Because that's me. And absolutely thank you, Snort. Always good to have the chat answering questions as well. I'm at Fort Bragg, and I made it until yesterday without hearing a thing. Now all our boys are leaving. Yeah. And good afternoon, Dr. Alex. I hope that you're enjoying your trade ride home. And yeah. Sources, we never talk about the filth, Jar Jar Kletsman crap. Exactly. The topic of the day is Star Trek 1966 to 2005. Yep. Yeah, I know that's what everybody's talking about already. That's going to be the main topic on many live streams today. I am not talking about that. I am not talking about that. I appreciate that everybody wants to know, that everybody's concerned about what's going on, but no. Brightest Day says, so the good news is the channel with full audiobook seems to be doing well. The bad news is the main channel is probably borked. Borked? Why? Dr. Alex is looking forward to lunch, then back to video editing. And Six asks, what is borked?
Is it related to being sporked? Because we can go spork.
Let's see here now. I have confirm, and confirm. That was easy.
What?
Oh, accepting friend requests. Let's see here now. We go with let's go with that one. There we go. Now I've added a new background to it so that people will know where I'm at on YouTube. As far as the upload a photo, let's go with that one. And save. There we go. Now everybody should be able to find me. Save changes. This is actually even better than what I had before. So awesome. And let's see here. Okay. So what's going on in the background there? And good morning, Keely Chow. What's going on? Not too much. Who knows? Who knows? Let me see here. Of course, people are talking to you, Carol, and
hi in the chat. I'm on my phone doing it.
No problem. All you have to do is say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
That covers
it. Works for me. Done in the chat. Peace out.
So what's going on, Six? How are you today? Of course, I'm sure if I check the analytics that... Oh, by the way, I checked my... I was setting up this stream for this morning, and it happened to be showing the numbers for yesterday's stream. Of course, YouTube and their infinite whatever removed about 50 views.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't understand how that happens or why it happens.
I don't know. And not only that, it also reduced the number that were shown in chat. So it went from like 14 to like 7.
So like just zap people out of the sky?
I don't know. It should shows the maximum number in chat. It's like, how can you do that? Really? They're just weird sometimes.
I'm mountain of words. I'm tired.
No problem. Okay, let's see here.
Darius kept me up all night talking about a TV show, and I can't even remember what we were talking about now. He was so excited about it.
And EB Bud, good morning. How are you today? Always good to see somebody new in the chat. What's going on? GMC recommended I use Facebook or Twitter to promote videos, streams. I have Instagram, but I don't know if I can responsibly use them. That's the thing. only use it to post video content. I use Twitter for video content, promotion, and direct messages. I just wish that people would stop posting some of the stuff they do, because some of it's just weird. Anyhow, so what's going on today?
That link works 6. I see it in the chat.
Yep, it worked. And greetings, Mountains of Elysium. How are you today? Hopefully, work went well.
I can open it. Not gonna, but I can.
Yeah, I've had that with subs too. In fact, I still remember one time in particular. I had a couple of shout outs. I had a nice jump in numbers, and 2 hours later, I had that same amount plus 2 wiped out. Boom. Hadn't been on any other streams, hadn't said anything, hadn't pissed anybody off, nothing. Had not even posted on Twitter to piss anybody off. 1 or 2 I get. I could piss off a person. That's easy. 26? That's a little more difficult. But because I use Facebook for keeping in contact with a few people and for promoting my streams, I decided to go ahead. I set up a new email address. I set up a new Facebook address. And it's like, okay, this is fine. It is what it is. So I'm now back on Facebook. I won't be playing any games or anything, but.
Hi, Germ.
And let's see here. And good morning, Robert Rose Jr. How are you today? Ref Girl says, Captain Chuck, let's have a pajama party. Ooh, I'm all for that. I've got my pajama pants on.
Should we have a pillow fight too? I'll take
At
you
least.
to the tree house.
Definitely need to have pillow fights. And Brightest Day says, in my experience, off-platform promotion does little to help. What causes the algorithm to pick you up is a tendency for people to notice your thumbnail and click on it, and then watch for a majority. Well, for people like you, yes, you're correct. A lot of my, and for the fact that I'm no longer connected with as many people on Facebook, yes. But because I was connected with more people before, and I would get views from both Twitter and when I was posting in Discord, I would say that it varies person to person. And you have a niche audience, and they like what you do. And you have a lot more people who like what you do than that like what I do. So Charles Cookie says it's me. And good morning, Resolute Germ. A lot of production stuff. I think I might set up my old Windows XP Pro PC from the early 2000s. I have a lot of audio production software on it. It might be inspiring to make music. Ooh, that would be cool. And Six is in her jammies right now, which is probably very comfy. Let's see here now. And yes, I would like to talk with you another time about that brightest day, but yeah, here's probably not the best place. I'm not talking about the algorithm. The algorithm works the same way for everybody, yes. However, yeah, we're not going there right now. We're talking about Star Trek. Yeah, so far we're 35 minutes into it, and yeah, I'm I don't know.
I don't know nothing about no Star Treks. It was TV. They had actors. They wore them fancy little clothes.
And Snorter Pooper says, "What are pajamas? They're
Really?
clothes you wear to bed.
We have
when
to
you
explain
wear
pajamas to
clothes
you
to bed.
guys. It's a versuit you wear over your Hooman suit.
Oh, that would be a good way to put it.
Sex. I didn't do it this time.
No, you didn't.
I've been behaving because I got out of control last night with Dillard. So it got dark real quick. You mean a rapper? You guys are sick.
And Dave has to clean up for a meeting. Well, that's
So tell me about the Star Treks between those years. I don't know what years you said, 66 and 2000 something.
2005.
How many different series took place during those years? All of them? I don't even know how many all of them are.
I'm thinking that maybe today was the wrong day for that topic.
Well, we just got to bring it up so they'll talk about it. What years was Shatner?
Uh, 66 to 69.
He was really. That's a short amount of time. I thought he was on there for like decades.
Well, then he did the movies.
Okay.
But
When did the bald guy come in?
that would be in the 80s.
I don't know the name. That's Picard, right?
Correct.
See, I know some things. What was Shatner's name on the show? It was he. Teach me the Trekkie ways, people.
James T. Kirk. That would be, yes, that's correct. 1987. What a year.
And that Leonard Nimoy guy, he was in it too, right?
Correct.
Look, I'm so smart.
And then, like, what some people's opinion is, which they have every right to, by the way. The only Kirk was William Shatner.
Okay. Oh,
The
okay,
only-
yeah.
The only Spock was Leonard Nimoy. Sorry.
Was there
Everyone
other
else?
ones?
Well, there are fan
But they're the only
films,
ones that really mattered.
and then there were the ones from like the new garbage truck that
Garbage trick.
yes. That yeah.
No, I'm not going to put it in Wikipedia. I want you guys to teach me. So we have stuff to talk about.
And yes,
I'm
James
not putting down
Tiberius Kirk.
Wikipedia. These are the things I actually know. Not a lot, but I know.
Yes, but here's the question. What was the name on the gravestone that oh God.
There's
What
gravestones in space.
Well, not actually.
They're just floating
space,
around
but
out there?
a different planet.
Oh, okay.
Carol put down Wikipedia. No, I think she would find out more information on Wikipedia.
I just need. I don't know nothing about no gravestone. Who died?
Oh, and Mega Cropper says, "Hey, Mountains, anything after 2005 isn't canon. Not in my opinion." And Stort says, "James R. Kirk." That is correct.
That's on the grave.
That's correct. That was before they actually had established what his name was. Well, they got James Kirk, but that's about it. They hadn't filled in the Tiberius part, so hey, it was a new show at the time, so
I don't know who that is, Pupus. He was asking whose name was on the gravestone.
Yep. It'd be mine if we were talking about this live stream, but you know, that's
we're
another
fine.
story.
Okay. I don't know anything about Star Trek. I just know a couple of actors, and that's about it. There was more than one spaceship, right?
Correct.
I don't know about the Enterprise.
Well, I'm sure you know about the Reading Rainbow dude.
Yeah, with the 80s hair clip for glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy. I don't know his name. But I
Johnny
remember.
LaForge, yes.
Yes, that was his question 6.
Yep, that was it. Actually, what was the name on the gravestone? But since technically his name later on was established to be James T. Kirk, so yeah. Um,
Where was the gravestone?
I was hoping that Bird would show up today, or I don't know what's going on with him.
Birdie.
I mean, I don't know what kind.
Mint chocolate chip
Ooh,
with the Andes mints.
ooh, even better.
I know the other guy, the green guy, well, Data, right? He's kind of greenish. He's like a robot.
Gold, but yes.
Oh, he looked green on my TV.
Yeah.
Maybe I had bad TV. I don't know.
Yeah, Michael Dorn was in other things. I'm sure he'd still want to play Worf or a descendant of Worf or any other Klingon for that matter, as long as they're actually Klingon and not Klingork like in actual, garbage truck. Yes, Snorpoopus. In the episode Where No Man Has Gone Before, where they actually left the galaxy and burned out several of the systems in doing so. They used when they were limping back into the galaxy to the Great Barrier, which I find interesting because they left. Anyhow, there are so many different things. You have a barrier on the outside of the galaxy, then you have the barrier on the inside of the galaxy. I don't know how they made it to the outside of the galaxy from where they were, but we'll go with that.
Hey, Arabic.
And
So
good morning, Eric Sunder.
What was their mission? Like, why were they out there to start? Like, what were they doing?
5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Oh, makes sense now. How long were they really out there?
Who knows? Well, I know that they were serving like 22 years, I believe, before retirement, but Starter Pivot says, to boldly go places and do things for reasons. Yep. That's it. That's it in a nutshell.
What was your favorite episode or something?
Oh. Well, see, part of that would have to be based on which series it was. Because honestly, I do have a favorite in each series.
Well, tell me which one. All right, tell me one. Just tell me one and tell me what that episode was about. Anyone you want.
Okay. Okay. Trying to think. Trying to think of a way to do this to make it more interactive with chat. Okay, how about this? It was the episode where we first see the Romulans. What episode was that?
Ooh, or the Romulans.
Um,
Are they baddies or goodies?
they're bad. And
What kind of weapons did they have? Or did they use like their brains?
disruptors.
Pew pews? Pew pew. Is Pupus right? Balance of terror?
That is correct. Balance of terror.
Ooh. You win a cookie. There's your cookie. I should not have initiated this conversation on my phone. Don't know what this guy is talking about. It's a little weird. Okay. What else about that episode? You're so funny, Pupus.
Okay. Scribble says, "Why am I looking at broadcasting microphones now? Bad habit. Why not? Not a bad thing to look at.
Everybody likes the window shop.
Don't ask me to remember episode names after TOS. Ah,
What was TOS?
the original series.
Oh.
Okay. No.
Mm-mm. What series was the Romulan dudes in?
That would be technically all of them.
Well, the first time that we came across.
That would be the original series.
Mm. So we didn't win against them if they're in every series, right?
Well, holding our own is technically not losing, so
Well, yeah, it's not losing, but we didn't wipe them out, right?
no. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a commercial break I could play for. I mean, technically, I could play the intro again, but I don't know.
Mm. What is that? A standalone?
Actually,
Oh, I gotta watch a whole season. I'm so far behind on things, you guys. You have no idea. I mean, I could try.
Well, I mean, they're only 10 episodes, I think.
It's like 10 hours. I mean, yeah, I could do it in a day, but I'll try. I can't promise, but I'll at least watch like the first episode. Look, it's Darius.
And good morning, Darius. Oh, thank God.
Save us, Bird.
Hello, world. Hello, world. It's Birdo Prey 5. Kapla.
Kapla. Get your ass on Facebook and actually approve me.
What about Facebook?
Have you been on Facebook today?
I don't know. Yes, just to check Yosef's hint on Wordle after I finished it. Mind you, I did Wordle first and then checked his hint to see if it would have been useful. But that's all I did was go to Yosef's page directly. I didn't look at any of my, notifications.
Well, you'll have a notification from Captain Trek Archives.
Captain Trek Archives.
Yes.
Okay. So is that a new account?
Correct.
So okay. So the old account will just linger in Facebook purgatory.
Correct.
Okay. I will keep an eye out. Thank you for letting me know that it's a second. I am always hesitant. I'm hesitant to accept any friend request, but I'm doubly hesitant to accept second requests from people. I always think it's a hacker trying to steal their identity or something.
Understandable. That's why I'm telling you directly.
Right. So if anyone uses a Roku device or a Roku television, today is the day they're cutting off access to any custom channel you have. If you didn't download the channel from Roku itself, it's going away. They're killing it. Which
What? Why is that?
Well, because they don't like the fact that some people, a very small percentage, but some people might use it to get pirated content or, God forbid, adult content, and they don't want it on their hardware, so they're saying nope, can't do it anymore.
I'm sorry, I don't like that.
I don't like it either. Now, it's their right to do, I suppose, but I feel if I bought the hardware and it was possible, then they owe me a refund for now making it impossible. Right? I mean, think about that. People bought the television. They could spend $1,000 or more on a television because the television could do something 2 years ago, and now all of a sudden they decided, no, it's not that there's any real reason we're stopping it. It's not a technological reason. It's not that the technology has changed, like with different generation cell phones, and that they need to tear down the old equipment to put new equipment in its place. No, there's no physical reason it has to stop. They're just deciding they don't want you to be able to do it anymore. And I would say, well, go to Fire TV, which is Amazon's version, of Roku, which I'd say is very close to Roku, very similar, except Amazon does the exact same thing. And just this week, Amazon stopped people from being able to replace their home screen with a custom home screen that didn't have all the fuck ton of ads Amazon has inserted over the years. So Amazon is guilty of the exact same stuff. So your only option is to get like a NVIDIA Shield, which runs Google TV. And for now, Google allows you to completely customize it, but well, I mean, you can pretty much always customize a Google device, and that you could always root it if you had to, but you don't have to root it to download custom start screens and custom software and whatnot. And worst cases, you'd have to sideload an app. You wouldn't be able to get it from the Google store, but most people who know what they're doing do that already. So I don't know if it's time to replace the Roku with a full Google Shield, but the Google Shield is a fairly expensive device compared to Amazon and Roku. But those devices, I guess, you can say they're only cheap because they get to show ads.
Right.
So it's a trade-off. But Roku isn't losing. I don't see how Roku was losing money by allowing non-custom channels, custom channels. And unfortunately, I can't see the chat right now, but
they're going to end up losing channels by getting rid of it. Not.
Well, maybe they lose customers. They're not official channels. They're not losing. Official channels like Paramount or HBO or Netflix. Those aren't going to. If anything, they'll get more watch hours as people aren't able to watch. And let's face it, I'm sure pirating is a percentage of hours watched on Roku, but it's not. I don't think it's. Let's put it this way. I don't have any idea how much. I would imagine it's a small percentage because Roku is kind of known for being the easiest device to have. And it's like, generally people who aren't pirates go for easy.
True.
Let's put it this way. If I was interested in watching pirate content, I wouldn't even think of Roku. I would do Amazon or a whole slew of other cheap Android boxes that pirates sell just for pirating.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I had going on this morning.
Let's see here. Good morning, Moscow Scenario. How are you guys, Scar? So, what would you say is your favorite Star Trek?
Movie or show?
Anything.
Well, obviously, a Klingon bird of prey is my favorite starship. And Star Trek 4 is my favorite movie, The Voyage Home. Hello, computer. Every line of that movie is awesome. They're not the hell you're well. Rank Had the nuclear vessels. And my favorite series is DS9. Not that TOS isn't great, but solely because we have 7 seasons of DS9. If we were to pick the best 3 seasons or the first 3 seasons, I would surely take TOS over any other track. TOS has the best first season of any track by far, and second. And third, I would even say third. I would take the first 3 seasons of TOS over the first 3 seasons of any other track. You're listening, Carol? We need to be listening. So this will teach you.
What? I'm listening.
Okay. This is going to be on the test.
Okay. I'm a listener. When's the test?
You have to be ready for the test at any time.
Oh, that's not fair.
Okay, Carol, the trial never ends. Remember that.
Okay, trial never ends. Should I write that down?
You should.
Should I tattoo it to myself?
Only if it's in a place you can read it. And it might look awkward if you can read it and somebody else is like, why do you have that tattoo upside down?
Because I get them
backwards?
for myself. I don't get them for other people.
People say that, but I've always wondered. If you get a tattoo for yourself, why is it on the backside of your ass? I don't know about you. I'm talking about in general. I don't know where your tattoos are. But people say, I get that for myself. Like, really? So you put it on the backside of your ass. That's where you put it for yourself. And can you read it? Do you stare at your ass in the mirror all the time? So you're like, I know I should put a mark right here. Wouldn't that be great?
I don't know what the whale film is.
The whale film is Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. I thought you were paying attention. I just said that. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I've been awake for a long...
2 demerits.
Okay, I'm sorry.
2 demerits because there were 2 whales. Do you know the names of the whales?
Why would I know the names of the whales? Did you say them today?
Maybe.
No, you didn't.
Maybe, but not on the stream.
Amazon, because that's all you've said since you got here.
Sleep well, Milton.
George and Gracie.
George and Gracie. My neighbor's name is George, and my niece's name is
Do
Gracie.
you know why they were named George and Gracie?
No, I have no idea. Were they twins?
Mom will pray. Why were they named George and Gracie?
After George Burns and Gracie Allen. It was
George Burns and Gracie Allen.
It was a TV show.
It was a TV show.
Okay, I've heard of George Burns.
They were actors. You've heard of George Burns?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good for you. I haven't heard of Gracie Allen.
It was his wife.
Oh, it was his wife. I didn't know George Burns was married.
Yep.
I mean, I assumed, I guess. He probably was married a few times. The man died at, 100 years old? 79 or 100, yeah.
The George Burns.
I remember the George Burns show. Favorite TNG. Oh, what's we got? Good call, Mr. Linda. This one knows says if the tattoo is on the backside of one's ass, maybe it's there for someone special to read. Yeah, probably their proctologist. Yeah.
Ew.
So
My mouse died.
oh, I hate when that happens.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. Maybe it didn't die. Maybe I just couldn't see it. I forget
Yeah.
I have a second screen.
Ew. Get off of me.
And he did make it to 100 often.
It'd be nice if some other people. It's rare to get to 100, so
Make a fluffy backpack. Okay. Maker Cropper has a question. Oh no. Damn it. Breaker just tripped. I'm in the darkness.
What's the episode of DS9 called where Garrick shoots the Cardassian in the back at the end called? That's one of my favorites. I know the episode DS9 where Garrick talks about shooting a man in the back. That was the episode where him and Ducat are protecting the Cardassians from Klingons. What is that? I think it's Way of the Warrior, Part 2. You wouldn't shoot a man in the back. Well, it is the safest time. But he actually shoots a Cardassian in the back. I mean, I know on the final episode, they're attacking Cardassia to retake it from the Dominion, but Garrett killing other Cardassians in cold blood, it's rare. I don't remember seeing that. I think in the first season, maybe one or two, but I don't think he shot him in the back. I'd be curious, Mega Cropper, if you figure it out, which episode. He's with Cisco. Cisco punches Garrett. Oh, in the pale moonlight? But he doesn't kill a Cardassian. But he does on screen. You don't see Garrett kill anyone. I mean, he plants a bomb on the Romulan senator's ship, and he also had the guy who created the hologram killed. But you don't see either of those deaths on screen. No,
I think he's
although
talking about the time where him and Ducat were fighting together.
Right, but he doesn't actually shoot anybody in the back. No Cardassians in the back in that episode. He shoots a lot of Klingons. And Cisco, if Cisco's with him, let's see. Do you have any idea if it's early seasons or late season or mid seasons? Was Cisco bald yet? I guess would be the best way to determine which season it might have been. Hello, world, Kronos.
Early bird.
Early bird. What? Oh, early season? Okay. Hmm. Oh, I guess you'll come across it sooner than you watch.
uh, Mountains Lyceum says shooting in the back is an acceptable way of warning someone in trouble in Kroga. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. Anti-tracker was endangering himself, so I shot him in the back. Now, in other truth, I had to stop the damage. He was doing irreparable damage to my temple of peace. Okay, let's not forget he was the aggressor, and there was no bomb underneath the temple. There was no bombs anywhere. It was a legitimate temple of peace that I built in the most pristine, beautiful meadow I could find. And he was drilling through the ground in a way that could never be undone. It was forever altering the layout of the temple. And I choose to keep the temple looking the way it did over, I'm sorry to say this, but his life was expendable because he could always be brought back. He knew he would reincarnate. Granted, he would lose a little supplies, but I could replace the supplies. What I couldn't replace was the dirt he was destroying by drilling next to the temple.
So yes, I think you were justified.
Thank you. See, international court has ruled it justified. Somebody with nothing to gain. It's taken many years, but Kuroga knew we would be cleared in this international court, to which we never promised to abide by to begin with.
Carter says sounds like a Kuroga thing.
It is Kuroga thing, Kronos. Everything is Kuroga when it comes down to it.
None of this better be on the test because I wasn't listening.
I heard 1 minute. That's what I get for trying to talk with pills in my mouth.
Not a
No,
good
that wasn't
idea.
on the test. You got lucky there.
Okay.
Okay. What is on the test? What's my favorite Star Trek movie?
All of them. I don't know. And the first one.
That is a hard fail. You actually picked my least favorite Star Trek movie.
I don't even know how many there are.
Well, you could pick a number.
6.
That's a damn good guess, but second favorite.
4.
Ooh,
That's it.
That's
Oh.
it.
You got it.
High five to me. So, in the face with a chair.
Ow.
I also appreciate how you instinctively knew to avoid the odd numbers, except for the first.
Well,
Unfortunate, but
you just kind of have to go with the first because you think you know that's
2, 4, and 6 are generally considered the better movies to 1, 3, and 5.
I'll keep that in mind.
Although, technically, 2, 3, and 4 are a trilogy unto themselves.
Yes. And they're a great trilogy. Perhaps one of the best trilogies of film ever created.
In ever.
And ever.
Wow.
Certainly to me, they're my favorite film trilogy.
Okay.
And yes, that includes better than Star Wars.
I haven't seen those either. Memory Alpha is my source for everything Star Trek. Okay.
Memory Alpha is kind of like a Wikipedia of all
Yes.
Star Trek.
So is this test open book?
Well,
Can I-
since I have no way of seeing
Can I phone
you,
a friend?
Take care, Scrambles.
well, honestly, I'm all for open book tests because in the real world, you would have a so-called book or internet or whatever at your disposal. If you can find the answer quick enough, so be it.
Oh, it's a time test. I can't just take my time.
All tests are time tests. And write this down.
Oh my god. Yes.
Time is the fire in which we burn.
Okay.
Good morning, gorillas.
I know you love Four Chronos because you're a man of distinguished taste.
Yeah. Right after you see what he says.
Oh, fuck you, Chronos. I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to curse on your cat?
That's
Now you need
fine.
to curse more. You haven't cursed enough.
Ever and ever and ever.
And ever and ever. Ever. So my washing machine just took a crap. It's awesome.
Kind of like how Ukraine is going to be part of Russia forever and ever and ever. Oh, too soon?
Too soon?
Too soon?
Not soon enough? I don't know.
Well, let it happen first, officially. Chronos says, I've never used Memory Alpha.
Have you ever used your memory, Chronos?
Generations. Not a great movie. There's worse. There's better.
Just thinking of Generations.
Yes.
As much as I love seeing a bird of prey, shouldn't they have had maybe a larger Klingon battle cruiser, a TNG, what is that, Kavork or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bigger cruiser. That would have made it much more plausible to have that ship destroy the Enterprise D. It would have made the Duras sisters into a more believable threat. I mean, even after they managed to destroy the Enterprise, they just I don't know. I mean, it felt like a cheap win. Whereas had they had the more massive ship, you would have think a single hit from that with the shields down. Okay, that can take out the D. A little bird of prey, it just doesn't make sense that a single hit or however many hits they ended up getting in the end was going to destroy that ship. Plus, it would have been great to see one of those ships on the big screen, since we never did.
Bastards.
Oh, I agree completely.
And it would have been like passing a torch from the birds of prey to the new style larger Klingon ship. That's just one of those hindsight things. He was the only person around.
I would say there was more. It was more than Troy who killed the D.
Well, really, the only thing he was flying was the saucer section.
Yeah.
The ship itself was already destroyed. I mean, if only the saucer section remains, I don't think it would keep its name. I think they might refresh the saucer, maybe attach it to a new hull, but the hull is the ship. I would think the name would follow. The name should follow the warp. I know they call it the secondary hull, but
Right.
I think that's really the primary part of the ship in terms of technology. The saucer just sits on top of it, like it's just being carried around. But it's the secondary hull that does all the work.
Talk about nitpicking.
I think Geordie is spelled with a G.
Yeah.
Carol, did you write that down?
Spelled with a G.
Geordie, yeah.
I wrote it down. When is this test? I might be sick with it.
It said that the trial never ends.
It's not fair.
That's life.
I know.
That is life. Life is not fair. And anyone who says it is a liar.
Okay, now this is not from Star Trek, but it should have been. life finds a way.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I know
I'd like to think Spock would have said it, though.
Yeah.
Fascinating, Captain. Life finds a way. Highly illogical, but nevertheless, it is life. Just not life as we know it. Appears to be a raptor.
I want a pet raptor.
Gorilla's Random Thoughts.
Yes.
We're doing a pre-Jep Nerdy stream before Jep Nerdy tonight.
What time?
I think Jep Nerdy's at 9 p.m. Eastern. So before that.
I probably will not be awake. Sorry.
You never know.
I've been awake since Monday.
Oh, well, and that's why are you taking notes? You should be sleeping, preparing for your trial. I mean, test.
I fell asleep a couple times at my desk, and I gotta go out. My washing machine just took a crap. It's pouring water as fast as it fills, so now I gotta figure that out. I have homework due today. Haven't even started.
Homework.
Yeah, I'm behind on everything. Yes, homework. I'm in school.
You're in school.
I
Yep.
am in school.
Captain, I thought you checked the ages of these co-hosts.
I'm only 12.
You're not allowed to talk to you.
Sorry. I won't talk anymore.
I've got to be 500 feet away from them.
She's over 18. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I am absolutely
Because
certain.
they can lie and it's still your fault. I learned that the hard way.
Oh yeah, definitely. Taking college courses, so yeah, definitely over 18.
No, there's some 17-year-olds in college.
It could be like Doogie.
Oh, they're not even counting like, Doogie Howser and Young Sheldon.
Right? So not like either one of them.
Yeah, Mr. Lindo, what is Jep Nerdy and why should I waste bandwidth with on it?
Well, I mean, it's a Jeopardy board created by John DeMarco that Salty Tracker hosts. And it's also on BioMike. It was created originally by BioMike. But since it's a Thursday and not a Sunday, we know it's not BioMike.
Yep. Well, John DeMarco. If John DeMarco weren't involved, I might agree with you on that one. But, you know, he knows his Star Trek far better than Salty.
I only bring it up because we're talking about him. But
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and I saw Salty did a stream overnight, which was very unlike him. Apparently, T'Pring, his dog, is very sick at the vet. So we just want to hope for the best for T'Pring. The vet said she either ingested something toxic or has a liver issue.
Great.
So, even though we are mortal enemies, Karoga sends its best wishes for Princess T'Pring of Kurdistan. I hope she gets better soon, so that she can bite Salty and get out.
Exactly.
Actually, what caused them to take her to vet was aggression, like immediate and unexplained aggression. She refused to get out of her crate, and she attacked anybody who tried to touch her. And there was some blood in the crate, so they called the vet. They talked to the vet. The vet said, better bring her in. So they just closed the door to the crate and brought the crate into the vet, since she wasn't getting out of it anyway.
Poor puppers.
Really? So how is Mama Prey?
Mama Prey is doing good. She got today's Wordle in 2 tries.
Cool.
Yesterday was such a long day for us. We had, from the morning, we had the new chair come in. I had a virtual doctor's appointment midday. And then I had, well, obviously I streamed DS9 Wednesday. And even after that, at 7 p.m., the physical therapist showed up. So I had physical therapy. Mama Prey asked the physical therapist to help bring my old wheelchair down to the garage. So we saved some room up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long, hectic day for us. Today, I got to do my discovery review. I haven't started it yet. I'll start it after. And we don't know if Sister Prey might show up this evening or not, because tomorrow's supposed to be a snowy day. He doesn't travel when it snows, so.
They just changed it here to rain.
Oh, is it going to be rain instead?
Well, according to one of it.
Oh, well, that
It
would
doesn't be rain.
make life easier. We're not sure, though.
Right.
But
I'm sorry.
what did you say?
I have to go.
Oh, no
I gotta-
problem, Carol.
I gotta get some of this homework done because it's due today.
Absolutely. You take care, get your homework done, and get some rest.
And I assign you watching Star Trek 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, I'm on it. I'll do it. All right, guys. Have a good day.
Take care.
Everybody in chat, be good, behave. or whatever. Have fun, blah, blah.
Absolutely.
See you guys.
Bye.
No.
Now I can take my shirt off.
I don't think anybody cares. As long as you're comfortable, it doesn't matter. This is one of the few times I'm wearing a shirt. And not on camera.
So was there a topic set for today?
Supposedly it was Star Trek, but we can talk about other stuff. Deej is going to take his shirt off. Well, Deej isn't here today. So, anyhow, I don't know what's going to be happening, but well,
Is there any lottery? Like big lottery?
and occasionally, yes, Curtis, there are topics, but yeah, today was supposed to be Star Trek, but it's kind of gotten. This is why I don't pick topics.
I love Carol, but apparently she's not the biggest Star Trek fan. So it seems hard to do a topic when only one person, until I came on, only one person knew anything about Star Trek.
True.
V'ger. What happened to V'ger? I'd like to think V'ger figured out how to become a real person and then returned to Earth and settled down in the Midwest somewhere, opened up a bakery called V'ger's and lived happily ever after.
She hasn't seen it yet, so she needs to be indoctrinated. I mean, introduced to it. And yeah, I like Bird's explanation of what happened to V'ger. That's absolutely an excellent example of imagination. I imagine something slightly different, but you know, we all have our own ideas and thoughts on these things. Let me check real quick before I do anything. Let me look up something. And let's see here. Go with that up. Okay.
Kronos says, I can't believe I watched Picard. It says, talk about regrets. What the hell is a regret?
Regrets.
Regrets. That's not how you spell regrets.
Who knows?
Well, Kronos, the thing about regrets, I find, is you generally regret the things you did not do. Going back, I really don't regret the things I did. I regret the things I did not do. So remember that when you have choices to make and you wonder, will I regret that? You might, but there's a much bigger chance you'll regret not doing something that you had the opportunity to do.
Absolutely. Mars says, a regret is a yogurt you regret eating.
Ah, wow. And that's only if it has a funky flavor. Like they're never going to come out with funky flavored yogurt. So
Not usually.
if you're eating funky flavored yogurt, that is probably taking a chance you don't want to take.
Let's see here now. So,
Burn is getting deep.
yep. That's correct. Raspberry is good. Yes, Kurtos. Raspberry is good. Man yogurt? What the hell is man yogurt?
Oh God, why would you even say that out loud?
Oh. Yeah, wonderful.
See now, there's one of the things the rare times you regret doing something.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Thanks, JPs, for finding the flaw in my argument.
Yep. Probably. Haven't watched.
I was watching, YouTube was giving a live stream from Earth cams of some city in the Ukraine. And then early this morning, the feed died. In the hours before, it caught some explosions around the city. This doesn't appear to be shock and awe by any means.
Nope. Yeah, so far, I have not watched anything and not looking forward to hearing about it. But it'll happen, so that's life. I'm assuming it since you're going to be reviewing whatever
Discovery.
that you're not going to be streaming today.
No, I'm not planning on it.
Okay, good to know. Well, let's see here. Keely Chow, if you're still in the chat, go ahead and drop the link to Loki's stream. I'm going to go ahead and call this a stream, and that way Bert can go ahead and start watching Discovery.
Well, I watched it. I just have to put the review.
And start recording his review. So, do you want to thank you, Carol Cookies, for being on the panel? Do you want to thank Berto Prey for being on the panel as well? And I do want to thank everybody who's been in the chat. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know. And talk to you soon.
Applause.